Hello. We're going to get started in 2 minutes, so I encourage everyone to find a seat, get comfy, and we'll be on our way shortly. All right, everyone looks cozy. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for coming tonight. And if you were here at our opening summer party just a few weeks ago, welcome back. And thanks to all of you as well to joining us online. We're really happy that you're here. So my name is Penelope Smart. I'm the curator here at the Thunder Bay Art Gallery. I have a few things to share, and then I have the pleasure of introducing our speaker tonight, the reason we're all here, artist Helen Pelletier. So before I invite Helen up to the podium, here are a few things. First, I'll acknowledge our supporters, the first of which is the land. The gallery is located on the traditional territory of Fort William First Nation, signatory to the Robinson Superior Treaty of 1850. This land is the traditional territory of the Anishinabe and the Métis. Personally and professionally, I'll just add that the presence of the land tonight through works of art feels undeniable and beautiful. I'd also like to acknowledge other organisms and organizations that support the work we do here at the gallery: the Ontario Arts Council, the Canada Council for the Arts, the City of Thunder Bay, and the Trillium Foundation. And the Trillium Foundation in particular supports our capacity to live stream events just like this one. So next, quickly, I'll just kind of wander through what is up at the gallery tonight, so that you know what's out there and you can take in anything that you've missed. So I'll just do a kind of a quick spin. So the banner outside is called, so that's the banner on the outside of the building that you probably saw when you came in. It's called Sabe Dream, and it's by an artist named Autumn Smith. She lives in the Toronto area, and it's been really great to bring her work to Thunder Bay for the first time. The scene in the banner, I don't know if you sort of caught the narrative scene there, it represents a dream that she had when she was 4 years old, where a giant helped her to safety from a fire. It's a really vivid story, and if I've got your interest, just in this first little mention of it, I encourage you to go to our website or social media, and you can read the whole story of Sabe Dream there and get to know Autumn Smith a little more. And then through the doors, in the foyer after the banner, is a presentation of sculpture from our permanent collection, inspired by the works of wood and copper by Amu Anjikaneb. He made these works in the mid-90s as prototypes for the metal sculptures also out on the front lawn, which are iconic to our gallery. And all the other works of sculpture that accompany his cutouts are made of natural materials of wood, bone, antler, stone, and metal. And they're all, of course, connected to the history of carving. So in this room, where we're all seated, is a special 10-year anniversary exhibition by Nietzsche Studio. So Nietzsche's curatorial team, including Nietzsche co-founder Lucille Atlukin, selected all the works here on these walls as part of a juried exhibition to mark a decade of bringing free workshops to Indigenous youth in our city. This is really an incredible milestone, and it's been a real pleasure to host Nietzsche Studio in the gallery. This is the show's final week. It comes down on Sunday, so please pass that along to anyone who's hoping to see it before it comes down. And then arriving in this space after Nietzsche, starting July 26th, We're trying something a little new, a little different. This gallery space will be transformed into the magical world of musical theater. We're partnering with Superior Theater Festival to bring you the world premiere of a play called Alex the Artist. And it's written by a local playwright named Alicia Novak. So there will be matinee shows for all ages and evening performances also for all ages. And you can get tickets online. They're on our website, or you can ask front desk staff to help you out. It's going to be pretty cool, and we're excited. We're excited about theater coming to the gallery. So moving over to the gallery spaces on that side of the building, moving through Kristen Chapman's award-winning exhibition of portraits called The Jingle Dress, you will then arrive in the world of Wiigwas Manidoog Descendants. This is an exhibition of birchbark baskets, backpacks, accessories, hats, skirts, and other creations by Helen Pelletier. I'll introduce her now so she can share more. Helen Pelletier, I feel like there's a reverb or something. Anyway, I'll continue. Helen Pelletier is Anishinabe from Fort William First Nation. She has worked with Wiigwas, or birchbark, for 20 years and has recently developed a relationship with winter birchbark and sgraffito-style etching. In the forest near her home, on the sacred territory of Anemkiwaju, she carefully harvests birchbark in the summer and early spring. While her art is rooted in Ojibwe imagery, teachings, and traditions, she continues to grow her connection with Wiigwas to awaken new designs of wearable art, including backpacks, hats, and other creations that I've mentioned. Helen often completes her works with home-tanned hide and other natural materials sourced from friends, family, and fellow artists, which deepens each object's connection, meaning, and power. Wiigwas Manidoog Descendants is Helen's first solo exhibition. Please help me in welcoming Helen. So your stuff was exactly like that.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is kind of hard for me, so first of all, I'd like to begin by taking a moment to honor the late Val Chapman. Val was a matriarch in our community, a Fort William First Nation. She was a friend, a family, a supporter, and I'm thankful I had her in my life. And I love her children very much. I would like to start by introducing myself a bit and about what I do. My name is Helen Pelletier, Fort William First Nation. I lived there my whole life. I'm a daughter of Leonard Pelletier and Lorna Pelletier. I'm the youngest of 5. I'm a mother to Donis, a sister. There's my family. A sister and auntie to many, a cousin, a friend, a community member. I work with Wiigwas full-time, which is birchbark, and I take pride in making maple syrup in my community for the last 9 years. My parents introduced us to art at a young age, except it wasn't art. It's what we did as Ojibwe. When I was little, we were blessed with the company of Noel Ducharme. He came to our house often. His style of woodland art always makes me feel like home. Today at my parents' house, there's a whole wall painted by Noel, and we're lucky our parents valued Ojibwe art and ways of being. You notice in my slides, you'll notice there's multiple pictures of people, and it literally takes a community to do the work I do. I'm not gonna lie, I love to talk, but I'm not good at talking to large groups. So today, I'm gonna talk to you as if I were talking and having a conversation. Normally, I would just talk freely and openly and tell you how I feel and share what I think I need to share. But today, I decided to write some points down so that I don't forget some important things that y'all might wanna hear. Thank you again for coming here and listening. Thank you to Thunder Bay Art Gallery, Sharon, Penelope, Megan, Caitlin, for creating the space and allowing me to share. I just wanted to start by saying miigwech to everyone who's here tonight. I also want to thank everyone who has supported me, loved me, and taken care of me during this whole process. I want to say thank you to Isaac for supporting me from day one. I apologize ahead of time if I forget to mention someone who's helped me along the way, because there's so many people who support me all the time. The exhibition name, Wiigwas Manidoog Descendants, was given to me from my friend and knowledge keeper, Al Hunter. I am thankful for him. Al supports me throughout my learning process, always. I next want to talk about Wiigwas birchbark. Why Wiigwas? First of all, I was instantly attracted and connected to birchbark. When I saw what you can make and build with Wiigwas, I wanted to learn. That time came 25 years ago, working with Anne McGiskin. Anne was my very first teacher, my largest knowledge keeper, and a good friend. Anne taught me the value of Wiigwas. When I first started working for her, she treated bark like gold. She set a precedence. She showed us how to sew a panel. She taught me how to harvest birch bark. She taught me how to gather black spruce roots and so much more. She began my love for birch bark, and I'm thankful forever. But working in that environment triggered my loss of identity and who I am as an Anishinabe. It was at that point that I realized not many people work with Wiigwas. I immediately felt the displacement from land as an Anishinaabe person. I realized because of colonialism, our people are no longer making birch bark canoes, homes, and baskets. This is something that we did every day on our own, and it's something that we did in a community, and it was no longer happening. I was also sad I didn't know how to do the things I wanted to do, how to build with birch bark. I felt such love from learning about it, but not having the knowledge literally sucked. So that's when my journey and love for birch bark began, and my beginning of seeking knowledge. A question I get asked a lot is, how do you harvest birch bark? My response is to you and to everyone here today is with love and respect. I spent a lot of time getting to know elders, community members, mentors, and land. I don't think this is a time or space to explain with great deal on how birch bark is harvested. What I'd like to share with you is, when you want to learn and find the interest, please seek out knowledge keepers, elders, storytellers, friends to help you along the way. When asking elders, knowledge keepers, and traditional teachings, we always have to remember to be respectful, always be mindful, and always remember there is a time and place to ask knowledge. We are learning to be more vague with our traditional teachings in public forums due to settler consumption. I value knowledge and really honor the knowledge my mentors have given me. I have learned I'm in control of my own autonomy, and I can pick and choose who I share my knowledge with based on reciprocal respect and trust. For me, I've spent a lot of years building relationships with the land in my community and treaty area. It took me 20 years before I started harvesting birch bark on my own. I had to build a relationship with the birch bark tree and learn its cycles. So my message today is about how you harvest birch bark is to simply seek knowledge from elders and community members with love and respect and build that relationship. Please don't expect people to just give. It's exhausting for their spirit, and honor them as much as you can. In the gallery today, a lot of my baskets are made with winter birch bark. I think it's important to share with everyone today the significance of winter birch bark and how beautiful and rare. Just so you know, Indigenous people in Canada who work with bark, specifically winter birch bark, are doing this art since the beginning of our time. Years ago, you would see this on the ends of canoes and baskets. Today, I've decided to show you more contemporary style birch bark baskets and art. Winter birch bark is harvested at a different time of the year, and it depends. It depends. There's different places and temperature. I probably have a window about a week where throughout the whole year that the birch bark will give me bark, that bark. The bark I call winter birch bark has a cambium left on it, which is a paper-thin substance. It is the birch medicine. When cambium is wet, it can actually shape the details you want. So right there, if you can, yeah. So this is like an example of etching on winter birch bark. And so you can see the cambium and then it's scraping away. So 2016, this was the first time that I ever was taught etching. And I was taught by Darren Lentz on Mount McKay, working with the youth there. And they built the canoes on the mountain. I just want to say thank you to Darren Miigwech for all the teachings. Summer 2016 is also the year that I started building the Wiigwas Jiman, the one in the gallery over there. The canoe sat covered on my deck every summer. I would work on it a little by little with friends, year after year. This year we finished it specifically for this show. Again, Gitchi Miigwech to Darren for graciously guiding and giving myself and the youth of my community your Wiigwas Jiman teachings, and sparking my love for winter Wiigwas sgraffito etchings. Last year, I went to Indigenous Fashion and Arts. And that was in Toronto as a market vendor. Seeing the runway shows and what Indigenous designers and makers are creating, I got severely impacted and inspired. On the drive home, I told my cousin Bess, I'm gonna make a backpack. And then making more stories and dreams. The skirts that Alyssa and Nevaeh, I seen these images and designs in my head way before they were made. Like, this was in my head. I had a dream and some plans and made it happen. Miigwech, Alyssa, and Nevaeh for allowing me to use them as models and letting me make skirts to fit them. Nevaeh could not help herself and dance. She made the skirt come alive. It was beautiful to witness. And my friend Kanina Terry, who holds traditional knowledge in tanning animal hides, traded a deer hide. Her very first hide she tanned so I could use the materials in my exhibition. Miigwech to my good friend Cher Chapman for putting she added all those cones for me. And she did it even in the busiest times, and you were willing to help me out. Today I spent my morning with Freedom, my cousin Siobhan, and Laura, who work with ONWA, Ontario Native Women's Association, and their community members. I taught them about gathering black spruce roots. Usually Audrey DeRoy is with the group. Anyone and everyone who knows Audrey know that when she works on the land, she does everything in a good way. She treats the trees as citizens of her community and makes sure she acknowledges and honors the land and trees spiritually. Audrey creates a balance for us, and she takes care of us without being said. Today I felt so blessed to have her staff, Freedom, Siobhan, and Laura. I just think it takes a community to go on the land and take care of each other. We all have special qualities that complement each other and that the things we do on the land. My heart was full seeing the Quewag sitting in the moss amongst the black spruce roots. I just want to go back to my ancestors. the Anishinabe, the Ojibwe people, and congratulate them and honor them for learning how to do this and learning how to make all these beautiful items with birch bark. I'm so glad that I have ancestors who took the time to learn the land, know which roots to harvest, which bark to harvest, and how to harvest the bark. So we can use these materials to make things functionable and wearable art. So we can use these materials to make our dreams come true. Miigwech. I also, I just left to the side here 2 pieces of bark. There's like summer birch bark and winter birch bark, and there's some roots, just so you know what I used to create. But thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Helen. Yeah, I think it's another round of applause because that was perfect. So that concludes the formal part of the evening. I welcome everyone to wander over to Helen's exhibition just that way and take it in, especially if you were here during the summer opening when there was a lot of people here. It's extra special to go in and take it in when the works have a little more space. So please do that. Helen, the artist, is in attendance. So yeah, please enjoy a wonderful evening. I just want to say thank you for coming, and thank you again to Helen for sharing this talk with us tonight.